In this speech, I am going to inform you how hurricanes are formed and how to be prepared. I believe this is important because by living on an island, we are subject to these hurricanes every year. If you ask anyone on Galveston what a hurricane is, they will most likely tell you a big storm. But if you ask how it forms, you will probably get a blank look. Though hurricanes are not preventable, there are many ways to be prepared so that when it comes, you can be safe. The British Broadcasting Corporation says hurricanes are large rotating storms centered around low pressure areas. When you're watching the Weather Channel and you see the big storm on the news, that is the hurricane that's forming around the center of the low pressure. At HowStuffWorks.com, the temperature of the water for a hurricane to form must be at least 80 degrees Fahrenheit. The low atmospheric pressure and the heat of the water starts to move towards the center. As this occurs, warm water heats the air and wind starts to form, creating a large circular storm. As the pressure increases, the wind starts to increase and move across the water, growing more powerful until it hits land. When the hurricanes are coming, it starts off far more like in the Atlantic Ocean, and as it goes closer in, the more pressure being stuck to the center makes it bigger. When they start off very slow, more like a tropical depression, and then it goes into a tropical storm as the winds start to increase and it gets higher. Once it hits a hurricane, it most likely is a low category, like a category 1 or 2, and as long as it has the low pressure still feeding at the hurricane, it will grow bigger and larger, and by the time it hits land, it's most likely a category 3 or category 4 hurricane. But this also could be reversed, and sometimes it starts to die off because it's not getting that pressure to the center. And so what could be expected as a category 5 hurricane, by the time it hits land, it could be a category 2, which isn't that severe. The eye of the hurricane is the center of the powerful storm. Although everything is being sucked to the center, it's kind of ironic that this is the calm place. And if you were to look in a hurricane, you would see all the storm and weather, but once the eye was across you, it would look like it was over, but actually you have a whole other half waiting, because the center is just where an open space where that just is being sucked into, so there's nothing going on there. There are a few safety precautions to be prepared. You should make an evacuation plan with your family just in case a hurricane's coming. You know how to, where you're going to go and what to do so you're not panicked. You should talk to an insurance agency so that your house is insured. If something happens and there's damage, you can get that money. You should make a disaster supply kit, so if you stay at home, you have a radio to listen to the news, and you have clear, fresh water and food, because you may go without electricity and water for a while. And you should also board up your windows if you have a hurricane coming, so that there's nothing thrown across your house and break a window. Now that you're more aware of what a hurricane is and how it's formed, you also know a few ways to be prepared. So now that if a hurricane hits the Gulf and you're watching the news, you won't have to be as panicked. You could be a little bit more calm about how things are and what you should do.